Hello everybody, Maruf here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a user-defined field for a user-defined table using Windows Forms application and C# and SAP Business One DI API. So this is going to be very simple and short. If you have not watched my previous video on how to create a user-defined table using these tools, please go ahead and check that out. I show how to create an user-defined table using a Windows Forms application and on the click of a button. So pretty similar for this case as well. We're going to take a button and we're going to call it create UDF, and we're going to define a function that we're going to call on the button click, which is btn create UDF right here. So first, let's create the Boolean function, and let's call it create user defined field, and we are going to call on the user fields md object and create a variable with the same name. Call on the o company object, get business object, and then object types dot o user fields. Next, we are going to use this variable user fields md to call on the actually set the property types for the user defined field. So first thing we need is the table name. So that will be the table name of the user defined table that we created earlier, which is tt_test, and this is a document type table. Next, we are going to define the name of the field. Let's just call it field 1. Make sure to not add any space in between the characters. You can add a underscore or a dash, but no spaces. Then we are going to add the description. So UDF1, let's just call it that. And then we're going to set the type of this user defined field. So I'll just set it to alphanumeric. Then we're going to add this user defined field to the table. So as a result, we'll do md.add, and then we're going to do a error handling. So if result equals 0, we're going to return true, else let's store the error message in a variable. O company dot get last error description, and then return false. So that looks good, and now we have to call the method to the button click event. So let's create a Boolean field, create, or let's call it field created, and then create user defined field, and let's do another check. So I'll just copy paste this, replace it with this, and so oops, made an error there. So we're going to show a message box if the field is created successfully. So UDF created successfully, and then same thing, show an error message if the UDF was not created successfully. So failed to create an UDF. Let's go ahead and run the project and see if it works. Make sure to connect to SAP Business One so that you can connect your application to SAP Business One. And I'm expecting a message box saying that we did indeed connect to SAP Business One successfully. It's taking a little bit of time. There we go. So now we have the form. We have create UDF button and a create UDF button and a disconnect button. So again, if you have not watched my previous videos on how to connect to SAP Business One or create a user-defined table using Windows Forms application, C# and the API, please go ahead and check them out. I'll link them to the description as well as to this video. And let's go ahead and click on this button. Looks like we made an error. It says failed to create an UDF. But I think we should debug and see what the issue is. So I'm going to disconnect. So we found our error. Looks like since we did not set the user-defined field size, so the size of the field, that's why we got the error. Field size deviates from legal range. So we are going to set the field size to 50. So user-defined user fields md dot edit size equal to 20. That should resolve the error. So let's go ahead and restart the application. Connected to SAP Business One successfully, and click on create UDF. Try this one more time. Looks like we have the debug option turned on, so I'll just step out. So UDF created successfully. Let's go ahead and see if we actually had created the UDF. So tools, customization tools. First, let's see the table. So tt_test, and we call it test table. This is our document type user-defined table. And then we go to user-defined table. Sorry, excuse me. I'll go to fields management. And at the bottom here we have user tables, and there we have it. Under test table we have field 1, or we are calling it UDF1. So alphanumeric, length 20, and is of regular type. So that's how you create a simple user-defined field using Windows Forms application, C# and the API. Took a little bit of time debugging, but I guess it's always best to see when you have issues and not always, successfully able to do what you plan to do. So it's always great to debug your projects, your code, and figure out when you get stuck or when you have an error. Anyway, so that's all for today. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it among your friends, your colleagues, whoever is interested in learning SAP Business One development fundamentals. And if you have any question, any comments, comment down below, and I'll see everybody on the next video.